So I guess Buckeye fans really are in shambles. Yeah, so I posted a video last night about 8:30 in the afternoon thinking, "Hey, I would like to talk about Michigan recruiting. That's what I'd like to do. We're a Big 10 channel, but I guess we're both Michigan fans, so that's really all we know how to talk about. So we talk about Michigan. We try to get a Big Ten presence on here, but it doesn't always pan out. But stay tuned for the Big Ten Brady Bunch coming later this year, right before the season starts. We'll probably have our first episode of that. You can expect the guys from Buckeyes Battle Cry, Garrison for God only knows why, Justin Adams again, God only knows why from the Nebraska, the voice of college football. But that being said, I wanted to do a video on Michigan recruiting because Michigan recruiting's taken off. They got some great guys coming in. They got, who did they pick up yesterday? They actually fell to number 17. They picked up Zion Robinson, Titan Davis, Brady Smeagol? Smeagol? Uh-oh. Alistair Vallejo, Mikhail Blade, Matt Ludwig. I mean, they got a pretty solid class shaping up here. It's pretty great. And I wanted to talk about it. But Buckeye fans didn't quite get the joke, and then ironically proved the joke to be true. The joke was that Buckeyes were in shambles, and then they kind of went in shambles after because I posted the video. So yeah, I wanted to call a few of you out because a few of you got mean. All right, a few of you got mean. All right. Michigan doing well. So this is from Alan Saunders 449. Michigan doing well. So is Ohio State when it comes to recruiting. Let's be real. Yeah. No, he's right. I have no problem with that. They're both doing great. Ohio State's doing better. Ohio State always does better in recruiting. That's just how it goes. Ohio State have been master recruiters for quite some time now. I mean, they got a phenomenal class coming in, 12 4-stars, 2 5-stars, 17 overall commits. They're number 5 right now. I still find it shocking that USC and Notre Dame are leading things right now. I mean, maybe I shouldn't, but I do find that rather shocking. You know what's really funny, though? Where's Oregon? Everybody's giving me crap. We'll get to this in a second, but people gave me crap like, oh, you think 15, because yesterday Michigan was at number 15 in the recruiting rankings on 247. And they're like, oh, you think 15 is good. And now they've fallen to 17. Here's Oregon. Oregon's down at 29. What are we doing? What are we doing? And Dan Lanning's hopping into pools for players, and they're not committing. Well, he committed, and then he decommitted. I'm sorry, I'm just saying, when, Michigan State, Pittsburgh, Washington, Syracuse has a better class than Oregon right now, and yet everybody's laughing at Michigan, probably because Minnesota somehow or another has a better 2026 class than Michigan right now, at least as far as 247 is concerned. Look at Illinois up here at number 12. Wow. But yeah, Buckeye fans. So Michigan doing well, so is Ohio State. Let's be real. Yep, I like it. That's true. You're absolutely right. Yeah, here it is. So Saffron Mency 8616. Maybe that's his serial number. Says ecstatic about 15 comical clowns TTUN. So here's the thing, Saffron 8616. Your grammar's terrible. Clearly you failed your English class. I don't know what you're doing with your life. It's just nonsense. No, I'm not ecstatic about 15. To be totally honest with you, I don't care. Michigan has beaten Ohio State 4 times in a row with worse recruiting classes as far as the numbers are concerned than Ohio State. You're completely overlooking the development factor, but we do this song and dance every single year. Every single year, Michigan finishes with a worse recruiting class than Ohio State, sometimes much worse. Okay, I don't understand, out of 130 some odd college football teams, 15 is bad? Actually, 15 gets you ranked, which I understand isn't exactly the thing that we're going for here, but the point is that, 15 is really not that bad. Now, obviously, that means 5 is phenomenal. And that's okay. These things, we can live with these things. We can have that tension there. We can be okay with the fact that 2 things are true. Michigan's putting together a really good class, especially in terms of how Michigan normally recruits. I believe Michigan under Harbaugh were in the low teens, maybe high 20s in some cases and stuff like that. Never really broke single digits as far as I understand. Ohio State, It's rare to find them outside of the single digits. It's rare to find them with a class that's worse than 6 or 7, I think. These things, they can be true. And it's also true that Michigan has beaten your butts 4 times in a row with arguably worse players in terms of recruiting rankings. So why are we doing this song and dance again every single year? You're excited about how bad your recruiting class is? Bad compared to who? Maybe bad compared to you guys. But you guys aren't doing anything with your recruiting classes, are you? At least not as far as Michigan's concerned. But then Ohio State fans will go off. Oh, we don't care about the Michigan game anymore. We care about national championships. Yeah, more power to you, man. I honestly, I'm right there with you. With the college football playoff being the abomination that it is, I understand. I don't think it should be a thing that you can lose to 7-5 Michigan, and Oregon, not go to your conference championship game, and then make the CFP. And Ohio State fans will clip it right there. They'll say, he's giving us crap for it. We won the Natty. We totally deserved it. You did. You did. I mean, you won the national championship based on the definition or the requirements that were given to you. You had a great Natty run too. I mean, Ohio State looked remarkable during the playoffs. My argument is that they shouldn't have extended the playoffs, thus, you wouldn't have deserved to be there. That's my only thing. And so, yeah, you don't care about the game anymore? That's fine. The college football playoff has made it so that you don't have to care about the game anymore. And that sucks for tradition. That sucks for the meaning of the game. I think it's hilarious, though, that the day after the game, Ohio State fans are just destroying Ryan Day. They're calling for his head. They're calling for their family to leave Columbus. They're harassing kids at school and stuff like that. Not all of them, but the kids were being harassed. And I don't mean to make that rivalry banter or fodder or anything. I'm just saying that stuff happened. And then a couple weeks later, it's like, oh, we don't care anymore. Well, clearly you do care. And I bet you if Michigan wins 5 in a row, you're going to care again. Because if Michigan loses to Ohio State this year, I'm going to care. That's going to suck. And it's only going to be made better, kind of, if we win a national title. Of course, we've never been in that position of losing to Ohio State but winning a national title. So maybe you can give me some pointers on how it feels. I don't know. But there you go. Anyway, so no, I don't care about 15, and I don't care about your number 5 recruiting class either. All I care about is the fact that we've gone 4 in a row. We got our Natty in 2023, and we've got a really good class coming in this year. And frankly, we won a Natty with a 15 to 20 ranked class. That's all I'm going to say. No one... All right. Hoseman88. No one is worried about Michigan, especially Ohio State recruiting is doing better as usual. Really? Yeah, okay, so she needs me. Dude, I might change your handle. That's a little creepy. But no offense. Anyway, how'd that work out for you the last 4 years? Honestly, if you don't care about the Michigan game, it's worked out fairly well for them. I mean, Michigan, they can't say that Michigan has had, you can say that they've had mediocre recruiting classes compared to where they really should be. I mean, Michigan is a big-time college football brand. They should be up there with Ohio State, putting top 5 classes together, but they're not. If they were, they'd probably have a couple of natties under Harbaugh. But if you don't care about the Michigan game, then who cares in general? I mean, yeah, Ohio State recruiting is doing better. They'll probably win another natty within 10 years. Ryan Day is a phenomenal coach. This is what I'm saying. But maybe they won't beat Michigan. Michigan is doing more if you really actually care about recruiting rankings the way that you're kind of talking about this, then you're actually admitting that Michigan is doing better with lesser talent. And obviously last year's an outlier. The only way I can really say that works is because Michigan beat you guys last year. Where am I at with time? 9:30. Okay. All I can really say is Michigan beat you guys with, lesser talent last year, but we won the Natty with lesser talent. We beat you in 2022 with lesser talent. We beat you in 2021 with, I'll give you this, a much worse quarterback, and I'm not even a Cade McNamara hater. I think CJ Stroud was just far more dynamic. He had a better arm. Cade McNamara is a very intelligent quarterback, and he had a very steady arm, and he played mistake-free football, but obviously he wasn't slinging it around like CJ Stroud was. Stroud was awesome to watch. He was a ton of fun to watch. But we still beat you. So you're admitting that we're beating you with worse players. Makes a video about Michigan recruiting and talks about Buckeyes the whole time. Yeah, I'll give him that one. I talked about Ohio State a lot. The one that I thought was really funny, LOL, dudes named Mackenzie talking about Buckeyes are on shambles, sitting at number 5 to their 15. Cope. So you're making fun of me for my name, which is actually a traditionally male Scottish name. So, all right, whatever. Buckeyes are on shambles. That doesn't make sense. Sitting at number 5 to their 15. Well, who cares? Because we've won 4 in a row, and you guys are really sad about that. And you know what? Honestly, if you want me to take another dig at you, how about this? 4-star offensive lineman Drew Evers has committed to Southern Methodist University, he tells On3. He chose the Mustangs over Ohio State, Texas A&M, Penn State, and LSU. Some two of the biggest brands in Big Ten football right now, and two of the biggest SEC brands both got bodied by SMU. Now, it's one recruit, and it doesn't matter, but it's funny. It's really funny. And you know, honestly, I thought about extending you guys an olive branch because I love messing with my Ohio State friends. I've got a lot of friends that root for Ohio State. Obviously, we're very friendly with the Voice of College Football. We help them out. I mean, we do more than help them out. We kind of work for them in a way. But but we're good friends with Garrison, with the Buckeyes Battle Cry guys. I mean, they're awesome. They're awesome dudes. I really love just messing with them and talking some football. It's great, and I like talking with Ohio State people in general because, you guys enjoy football. We enjoy football. It's a good time. I really like playing with you guys. But then you guys had to come out and completely miss the joke and then end up proving the joke true. And I was going to throw you an olive branch and talk about this guy instead. Vanderbilt quarterback Diego Pavia trashes Big Ten during epic college football rant. Yeah, this happened like a week or two ago. It's old news, but who cares? I was going to give it to you guys. I was going to be like, here's one thing we can agree on. The SEC are a bunch of wusses. Can't stand them at all. And here's their Vanderbilt quarterback is trashing the Big Ten? Really? And so I went back. I looked at their schedule. They actually went 7-6. Not bad. Of course, they lost these last 3 at the end: LSU, South Carolina, Tennessee. But they put up a fight. It wasn't too bad, except for South Carolina. But yeah, I'm sure that playing against the SEC feels like you're playing an NFL schedule when you yourself play for Vanderbilt. I was going to talk about that, and maybe I'll talk about that in the next video, or maybe that's just all there is to it. But in any case, man, oh man, you guys didn't get the joke. But what can I say? I like messing with you guys. It's a lot of fun. Do you think Ohio State's recruiting class at number 5 really matters in the long run when Michigan has beaten Ohio State with worse recruiting classes? Actually, you know what? Answer me this. In the comments section, tell me this. Are you a Michigan or Ohio State fan or otherwise? And do you think that the game matters? Or do you think that the college football playoff in general has devalued the regular season? I'd love to hear other people's thoughts on this because, frankly, I think it has. And I think that's why Ohio State fans are saying that they don't care about the Michigan game. Now, that's convenient for them because they've lost to Michigan 4 times, soon to be 5 in a row. Maybe we'd say the same thing. I mean, honestly, when Michigan was down 8 in a row against Ohio State, I was like, I just want to beat Michigan State, to be honest with you. At least we were still kind of competitive against Michigan State. But So I get it. Maybe I'd be doing the same thing. But honestly, tell me that in the comments section. Give me your thoughts on whether or not you think the CFP is devaluing the regular season, and do you care about the game anymore, Michigan, Ohio State, or not, and why? I'd love to know your thoughts. Other than that, we'll catch you next time here on the Big Ten Team Rivalry Show.